everybody. In this video you'll find a short yoga sequence. This is based entirely on the sun salutations that you may or may not have done before, but it's a fantastic way to bookend things such as starting your day, or a nice way to mark the end of a day of work. Please do join me. Today I won't be teaching with bricks or straps, but if you have them and you'd like to include them in your practice, that's a really lovely thing to do. So we're going to start up in a standing position. Usually I'd start seated or lying down for a yoga practice, but since this is just a quick wake up or a little bit of just moving the body, maybe on a lunch break, we're just going to start standing. And let's bring the feet together, okay? So you can bring the big toes to touch, but the heels can come just slightly further apart. If you're like me and you tend to lock your knees, let's just take just a gentle bend in them. As you squeeze your bum, just guide the pubic bone slightly towards the chin and the tailbone down behind you to feel the length in the spine, and the core will just slightly switch on. You might feel each vertebrae stacking on top of each other a little bit more. And as the shoulders draw down the spine, see if you can squeeze the buttocks a little bit more to bring a little bit of extra stability. The arms can be nice and active, palms strong, hands facing forward, keeping the length through the back of the neck, as if a string is being drawn out of the top of your head. And then let's just close our eyes, seeing if you can hold your balance. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths before we do any movement. Taking a deep breath in, feel the belly inflate, trying to bypass the chest and right into the lower region of the lungs. And as you exhale, just start to draw out, seeing if you can lift the pelvic floor just a little bit. Again, taking another deep breath in, feel the tummy button inflate out in front of you as the oxygen passes into the body. And as you exhale, an ever so slight lift of the pelvic floor to start to switch on the core muscles. Taking one more full inhalation, just allowing it to pass in towards the body, supplying the body with the oxygen and energy it needs. And then exhaling to breathe out. Lower the chin towards the chest, open your eyes, grounding your focus. And then as you take a deep breath in, let's circle the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, palms come to meet, and then exhale with a gentle bend in the knees, lower the hands down to the mat. Bend the knees as much as necessary to get the palms touching the mat, and as you breathe in, knees can stay bent and the chest can extend forward. Breathing out, lower both palms back down on towards the mat, and then lightly step your left and then your right foot back in towards a plank, holding the shoulders directly above your wrists. Squeeze your bum, pull pubic bone to the chin just to strengthen in your plank, and then breathing out, lower knees, untuck toes. Pubic bone can draw towards the chin and you can lower the chest all the way down. As you squeeze the bum, lengthening towards a low cobra, your elbows draw together and the hands get the sensation of they're trying to draw backwards as the length grows in the back of the neck. Breathe out, release the chest back down towards the mat. As you squeeze the bum, try and pull the pubic bone towards the chin, so as you lift back up into your tabletop, your lower spine is protected. Coming to tuck toes under, lift the bum up and release the heels back for a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, it's the first one you've done in this sequence, so let's take a gentle pedal out through the legs and just feel one heel push down and then the next. There's no rush, allow the muscles to really appreciate and enjoy the stretch, and we'll keep mobile during this version of the downward facing dog, finding strength and security in the other ones. Once you've taken a nice strong pedal, come to lift the right leg up behind you, just to use this as a bit of momentum, and then you can pull the right foot forward, placing it between the hands. If it only makes it halfway, just take your right hand to your ankle to help it the rest. Left foot can come to step next to right. Maybe we'll have feet hip width apart now as you bend the knees, chest attaching to the thighs. Breathing in, again, lengthen through the spine, drawing the tummy button in, and exhale, fold. Let's bring hands on towards the hips for a bit of stability as you bring yourself up, back in towards your standing position and arms release back down. Taking this again, breathe in, circle the arms up to the ceiling, palms touch. Exhale, folding your body forward, hands making contact with the mat as you bend the knees. Breathe in, engage the core as you lengthen through the spine. Breathe out, palms come to touch. Right foot steps back first this time, followed by the left as you find your plank. Squeeze your bum to pull the pubic bone towards the chin, finding that strength. And then again, I'm going to drop my knees, untuck the toes. I'm going to show a second variation of the vinyasa. So you can bend the elbows and you could choose to hold here at the half hover height or lower onto the belly as we did before. I'm going to return in towards the low cobra. That pause just starts to build strength. And then as the elbows draw together, really gripping the fingertips into the mat. Breathe out, lower the chest back down towards the mat. Pubic bone tracks towards the chin and you drive back into the hands, finding your kneeling tabletop. Tuck the toes back under and downward facing dog. This time we'll find some stability. So feet want to be about hip width apart. That's about 2 fist width apart. And if the heels lift away from the mat, that's absolutely fine. Just gently bend the knees. The chest can be lowered towards the knees as you suck the belly button and the rib cage in to support the spine, and then really grip the fingertips into the mat. Take a bend of the elbows to either side of your mat and then roll the bent elbows back to your thighs. Like there's a magnetic force between the pair, but the points of the elbows are pointing back to the thighs. Take one more deep breath in this very strong downward facing dog you've created, and then bring the left leg up. Pull the tummy button in, elevate to the right toes to glide left foot between the hands. Again, if it gets stuck, just give it a helping hand further. Grounding through the left hand, place the right foot back down between the hands. Release the head really heavy. Inhale, lengthen to halfway and breathe out to fold. Hands make contact with the hips and then you come to lift yourselves back up. I'm going to find a second variation through this sun salutation. So find the arms alongside you. Just take one deep breath in and a deeper breath out to ground. And then we'll come to bend the knees. Feet are still hip width apart as the hands come up above you. Trying to pull the tailbone down and pubic bone draws towards the chin. You still want to be able to see the toes as you lengthen the spine. And then breathe out, fold, hands make contact with the mat. We'll plant the hands into the mat and just step the left foot back. Once left foot steps back, release the left knee down, untuck the toes, squeeze the buttocks, lifting in towards a low lunge. Engage the core, just sink slightly so you feel the stretch move not just into the hip flexor but also in towards the quad. Squeezing the buttocks, exhale, hands release. We'll tuck the left toes under, push left heel back and glide back to your plank. So you remember, you can come through knees onto the belly or knees for half hover. If you want to try a full hover, wrap elbows back to your thighs and squeeze the bum. Pull the chest forward, exhale, lower to your heart, full hover. Squeezing your bum in your upward facing dog, drive out of the hands. Pull the knees away from the mat and engage the core to support the spine. Try and avoid dropping the head back, instead keep the length there. And exhale, tuck toes under. Downward facing dog. Spreading through your fingertips, take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, breathe out through the mouth. Elevate the right leg all the way up and this time bend through the right knee, squeeze the foot to the bum. A gentle bend in the right knee will help you stretch out through the groin. And then come to glide, place right foot forward between the hands. Draw in through the tummy, lift up this time into a full high lunge. We had the left knee down on the mat before, so if you'd rather just return to that, that's absolutely fine as you pull the tummy button in. Breathing out, hands come back down. As you ground the hands, the left foot can step forward to the right. Feet hip width apart. As we bend the knees, we'll lift back up and towards our chair pose. If the tension is building in the upper body, why not just bring thumbs towards the heart center as you sink deeper into the hips. This time we're just going to ground into the feet, lift up and towards the standing position, squeeze the bum, turn the palms forwards. And moving through this flow on the other side, as you bend the knees, lift the arms up. Lengthening through your lower spine, exhale, hands lower back down towards the mat as they ground. Take a deep breath in, come forward towards your fingertips, engage the core. Release the hands back down, grounding the hands, we step the right foot back. Once you've found stability, release the right knee down, untuck the toes. Lifting up and towards this low lunge. Try to avoid sinking so far into the hips that you feel the left knee move out to the diagonal. Keep it central and squeeze your right buttocks. And then breathe out, hands can replace down to the mat, tucking your right toes under, push the heel back. Driving into your hands, step back to your full plank. I'm going to return to dropping knees, untuck toes, pull pubic bone forward and lower to the belly. Try not to do the same one over and over again. Vary them up. As you squeeze the bum, here was your low cobra, or you push into the hands for your upward facing dog. Why not mix and match the two different ways to come down and the two different back bends? And then draw tummy button back in, returning to your downward facing dog as you spread the fingertips. Left leg elevates all the way up behind, this time bending through the left knee. Feel the stretching towards the right groin. Draw the left foot forward, pop it between the hands. Tummy button draws in as you squeeze the bum, lifting up and towards your high lunge, sinking deeper in towards your front knee. Draw the tummy button in and lower hands back on towards the mat. As the hands ground, place right foot back next to left. Breathe in, lengthen slightly, and then as you bend the knees, lift the arms back up and towards your chair pose, engaging the core, and then come to stand back up straight one last time. Finding our way through a final flow here, okay? We'll re-bend the knees, lift the arms up. We'll fold forward, place the hands down towards the mat. Now this time you could step back as before, or if you bring the feet together and gently bend the knees, spreading the fingertips, you might be able to bend the elbows and jump back straight in towards a hobble, or maybe you'll collapse onto the belly, which is fine. Squeeze the bum, lift up in towards a back bend, maybe your upward facing dog for a final big stretch, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Continuing with the flow as you lift the right leg up and bend through the right knee, feel stretch in the groin. Lifting to the left toes will help you glide right foot directly between the hands. Lift up and towards your high lunge, squeeze the left buttocks. Exhale, hands come straight back down, push into the foot, step back. Lower and down through knees, chest, chin or hover as you squeeze the bum, lift up into a back bend. Drawing the tummy button in, downward facing dog, last side. Left leg elevates up, bend through the knee, tummy button draws in. Lift to the right toes, keep shoulders open as left foot glides between the hands. Squeezing your bum, lifting up and towards your final high lunge. Breathe out, hands lower, it's your final vinyasa, it's your final flow, so which would you like to take? Knees, chest, chin, maybe half hover, I haven't done that in a little while, or a full one. Either a low cobra or an upward facing dog as you open the chest, flood the body with oxygen. If you've come through cobra, engage the core for your tabletop, and this time we'll push back into our child's pose. Head releases to the mat. And you close your eyes. We'll all take 5 deep breaths together, so as you breathe in, allow the belly to release down between the thighs as the knees are the width of the mat. And as you breathe out, try to draw the tummy button in and up, just to engage the core. 4 more breaths, keeping them slow as you inhale. Breathe out either through nose or through mouth. 3 more, taking a deep breath in, feel the tummy inflate. Taking a deeper breath out to draw the tummy button in. 2 more, inhale. And out. Final breath, deep breath in. And out. Pull the hands all the way back. Placing the backs of the hands on the knees, final breath in here. Lower the chin to the chest. Allow the eyes to open and lift back up through the head. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you feel nice and warmed up and ready for whatever it is you've got on next. As ever, please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're enjoying this. Share with as many friends and family as you'd like. And please do pop a comment in below if there's a video you're wanting me to make in particular. I also have made quite a long video which is breaking down those vinyasas. That was one of the first videos I put up, so do make sure you scroll back to find that, and that might really help you break those positions down. Until then, thank you so much and see you later.